Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to RFF Picks. Today, I have a correlated Counter-Strike bet for you. $100 to win $275. This is going to be for Sunday, August the 4th. First of all, I want to kind of go over the plays that we had from yesterday. And right here, we obviously won one play, so we had 100 to win 275, and then we lost the pick below on the correlated Counter-Strike. As you can see, I didn't end up watching the one below at the bottom because it was at 5 in the morning on a Saturday, and I'm sleeping my ass in, so I ended up missing that one, but it seems like Magic was only 2 kills off for that game, and then I caught the tail end of the second map for Astralis and Vitality. The game actually got a little bit close, I would say. If I remember correctly, Astralis and that second map were just taking over. One of the big reasons I talk about the lesses, right, to where rounds can be, or the maps can be completed best of 13. They seemed like they were getting ready to do that because they were up 8-0, and then Vitality flipped it on them and got like 10 wins in a row, went 10-8, and then I think it completed at like 13-9 or something. So it could have gotten even worse, like, or not worse, but like better in the case that, you know, Yabby, he would have only got like maybe 20 kills, and Flames would have got like 10 or something like that. So luckily we did have a little bit of cushion on map 1. I don't really know what happened on map 1 because I didn't watch it, but I think Yabby may have gotten like 13 kills on map 1, maybe 15 map 2, something like that. Flames, I think 7-5. But it worked out well to where the correlation went in our favor, so we ended up cashing out. I really do like these two-man plays, and I know y'all like them a little bit more. Obviously, they're a little bit easier to hit at the end of the day. I think we might be 3 or 4 out of 6 or something like that in the last like 6 two-man plays that we ran. So usually in the past, I was kind of like comboing these right into like a big 4-man play, but I feel like a lot of you kind of want this, and it's easier to show the correlation, right? We're literally just have a pair of opponents together and a pair of opponents together. So here is our Real Friends community. We have Real Friends in Football. We are we started this channel 2.5 years ago. That channel was initially supposed to be a gambling channel where we talked about week 1 spreads, player props, futures, stuff like that. We're actually going to start digging in. Me and Miles, probably tomorrow, actually, are probably going to make a podcast to where we're kind of going to go over our 10 favorite either player props or future bets on NFL. So we're going to do a little bit more of like a long form podcast on there. Feel free to check into that or not, whatever you might want to do. But yeah, we're just gonna dive in a little bit more, try to get some other content that we can make on there, because I know once football season rolls around, there are going to be some people that want to dig in a little bit more into football. As you can see below, I'm up 500 units over the past 3 years, 7% ROI, over 7,000 bets. So as you can see, we have a steady increase. I was actually going to put kind of like an arrow to where, it's from here to here, right? So at the end of the day, we're going to have our ups and downs. We're going to have our big ups. We're going to have our big downs, which we pretty much had over the past month. I think the entire month of July was just very bad for all of us. I don't even think I had hit any like 4 or 5-man plays. I think we had some pushes to where maybe, I had like 50 to win 500. I'd win like 250, stuff like that. We had a ton of green all over the place, but none of the plays were just coming together into one, and so that was very frustrating, but it is what it is. I'm kind of used to it. I lost like up to $2,000, I think, through the entire month of July, but at the end of the day, I'm still positive since starting this channel. We started this RFF Picks channel back in March, and so we were pretty much up all through April and June and March. April, June, and March, we were doing really well. April was like an insane month to where we were probably up like 2,500, something like that. But one thing I do want to say as well, and as you can see from the beginning of the channel, or the beginning of the video, is that I'm still going to adapt, right? So, when we first started the channel, I did NHL correlated plays, I did 6-man plays, and now I'm going down to like the 2, because I feel like I like the 2. And then I'm going to do 4, 5. Obviously, 5-man is probably my bread and butter, my favorite, just to have the ability to kind of have that 3 and 4 out of 5 plays that you can kind of lean on, and then obviously still have that big payout at the end of the day. But if we can find value in doing 2-man Counter-Strike plays, then we can do it. We can do that as well. Like I said, the ability to pair up these guys, we want our plays to tell a story, right? A lot of the times when I see other creators out there, they're giving all these like BS plays where they got sports all over the place, and there's no camaraderie, I guess, with the play, or we want our play in some sort of direction, right? So when we have a slip in Counter-Strike and we're pairing up two opponents together, we are kind of directing of how we want the game to turn out, right? So when I do the lessons, we want the games to get completed very quickly. We want them not to have a lot of kills, not to be bloody. We just want one team to kind of stomp the other one. If we have more, we want it to be the opposite. We want it to be competitive, back and forth, lots of kills, lots of rounds within the two maps, right? So here's our Winnable. What this is, it's an easy way to get our plays. I highly recommend people get on the Winnable. I already posted this play on there. I've said it in previous videos to where I have a lot of friends that like to tail my plays. I have friends that want my plays. And so I tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm not going to send you, I don't really say this. I just say, hey, here's my Winnable. But they're probably like 10 of my like really close friends that want my plays. And so I say, hey, just go sign up for my Winnable and you will get a text. So rather than me just texting you, you can get a platform that will do it for you, that will send it over, and my links on there, and I don't have to text people individually. So it's just a really easy way to, send plays out in a mass. Obviously, we have, right, as you can see, 800 subscribers that are signed up to our Winnable, and that's an older screenshot. It could be up to like 900 now, but just an easy way to get plays out to as many people as possible. Free plan, I don't deter people from that. Obviously, it would be great for y'all to sign up for the MVP. I believe that I can, or not believe, like I feel, as you can see before, I feel confident in that I can get you more than $100 a month, but I would understand if you don't have that kind of like funding to do that. So go ahead, sign up for the free plan at a minimum. If you want to sign up for all of our plays, football season's coming around, it's $100 a month. Like I said, I know we've had some like really, or July was low, but at the end of the day, I'm still up like 2,500, 2,300 around there since starting the channel. So if you take 5 months of us starting the channel, you remove 500 and you're putting a big amount on there, you're still profiting up to $2,000, $1,800, something like that. So, and we're in the dead zone of sports. So you can only imagine once football rolls around, we should be doing really well. But if you want to sign up for that, just type in code RFF at the discount and you will get a $0 or checkout, sorry. Finally, here's going to be the play. We have a correlated Counter-Strike bet. We're going 7:30 in the morning, so I apologize. This play is a little bit early, but outside of that, there's not going to be a lot of Counter-Strike past like 10 in the morning. I think it's a lot more prevalent during the week, but obviously these Counter-Strike plays are really, really good, and I wanted to give out a good play for y'all, especially out to the YouTube, to as many people as possible. So I do feel really strongly in this play. Zero tenacity going into the breach. We're going to go less and less on both players. Like I said, what we're hoping for here between maps 1 and 2, we want these games to get completed very quickly. If that happens, they're not going to be on the field, on the battlefield, as much, right? So if it gets completed, if it's 13-4, 13-5, then they're only going to be on the field like half the amount of time that there's possibility for them to be. There was actually one of the bets that I posted earlier that I hit the more, and they went into overtime. If they go into overtime, it's pretty much like we're Gucci if we have the more, because then there's like 6 more games within each map, and so they can just go like crazy. But what we're wanting for here is the opposite of that. We want one team to kind of take over. That's going to be the play. I'll be here tomorrow on my computer, so I'll be posting plays. I might even get another play on the MVP plan tonight if I see fit. But this is going to be the Counter-Strike play. Hopefully these lines don't shift. I posted on Winnable already. Best of luck, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.